Hi, it's a Trigger, Rich Bontrager, back for another leadership moment with you. And today we're going to talk about something that maybe most pastors don't openly talk about. Certainly not from the platform very often, and certainly not on a video chat going out through cyberspace. I'm talking about our confidence in our primary area, our communication area, our speaking ability. Now, I know a lot of us have favorite pastors and teachers that we listen to. You know, you can drop a podcast down, listen to somebody online, go to a conference and hear great people like Matt Chandler, Andy Stanley, Erwin McManus, Tim Keller, and the list goes on, whoever your favorite is. And we all have this tendency, if we admit it, that we try to compare ourselves, sometimes even copy their styles and their techniques. Now, there's nothing wrong with listening to others. In fact, we should listen. That's actually one of the techniques that I would encourage you to do. Listen to others and hear what they're doing. But the problem is, sometimes it messes up our heads and our hearts and our minds, and we really don't know who we are anymore with our own communication. Back in 2002, when I went to my Church Planners Assessment Center, I was assessed on everything from mission, vision, values, and on communication. Now, my communication style is that of a storyteller, and I have really high marks on that ability all the time. But they also gave me some ideas of, why don't you add more humor into your teaching, Rich? Perhaps add some more theological stuff. Go to that Greek, that Hebrew, that deeper teaching level. Now, I tried those things, and as I did it, my own church members, fellow leaders, teachers came to me and literally pulled me aside and said, why are you doing this? You're losing us. We like your stories. We like how you draw us in. You like how you paint the picture. All this other stuff is losing us. Stop doing that and go back to being who you are. Pastors, leaders, teachers, let me ask you, do you know who you are as a communicator? Do you know what you do best? What is your number one strength as a communicator? Maybe your top two strengths as a communicator. Now the question is, how do you find that out? Now, there's a great tool that I would encourage you to have. Any leader should go through this. It's called Strength Finders. If you haven't heard of it, go online. There's a great book you can read, but there's also an online assessment that you can take. Now, this assessment helps you in many areas of leadership and vision casting and whatnot, but it will also help you understand your techniques, your skills, and how they fit into communication. And we spend so much time often trying to fix our weaknesses. That's what the whole concept of Strength Finders is. Often we'll spend hours and hours and days and weeks trying to fix our weakest area rather than enhancing the area that we're best suited to work at for God. Because we always want to fix things a lot of times. We always want to do better. There's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes we actually weaken our top strength by spending so much time on the weaker areas. Study your weaker areas, understand how they fit into your mix, but don't overdo it. Rather, I encourage you to play to your strength. So that's one idea for you here today. The second one is, and I've done this over the years, find a couple men or women, people that you think are at that next level of teaching. We all have friends, people in the ministry that we know that probably are at the higher level. Get close to them and invite them in and ask them to literally come and critique you, to give you feedback, to help you understand what your strength is, what your weakness is, how that story works, how that story doesn't work. See, for me, again, when I try to do comedy, I don't do comedy too well. I'm not that funny on stage. I try it. Sometimes it works, but overall, not me. Now, I know of people that do it incredibly well. Very, very well. I wish I had that gift, but I don't. That's not me. I'm a storyteller. So when you get these people to come on in and they give them feedback, give them total permission to evaluate you from top to bottom. And here's the trick of this. Don't invite them to come on the weekend you know you're going to nail the message. We all have those weeks where we know it's on. We know we have this. We know, oh, the Holy Spirit's working in us. The stories are crafted great. We know there are weeks it just feels right. That's not the week to invite them in. Let them come whenever they're available, and let them see you in your best, in your worst, in the natural environment that is you, and then have them give that feedback loop back to you. So leaders, pastors, teachers, what is your strength? What are your top 2 or 3 natural strengths that just come out of you? Let's not be embarrassed by those strengths. Let's not hide those strengths, but rather let's embrace them. You see, God gave us gifts. Gifts to use for His glory, for His kingdom, and for us to lead effectively as teachers and leaders. So why be embarrassed by the strength that you have? Rather, let's use that gift so that the message may ring out more clearly, more effectively, for God's glory and God's honor. Again, I'm the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. Until next time, have yourself a great week in whatever context and whatever setting you find yourself. See you next time.